Several people have asked me about the building and how far we have come on it so far, so I'm going to take you for a little tour of the place. We got some visitors next week coming in, so we've been trying to clean up, straighten up, trying to make things a little safer around here. Before I go into that, I have had 2 hot jobs hit me, both due April 1st. We're going to get one of them out, but the other one, we're not going to make it. And I'll go into detail more on that in another video on the castings you're going to see me machining, drilling. As even though I have a machinist background, I am not set up here at the foundry for machining parts. But per the agreement, I had to do this for the job. It's hard for me to keep the videos going right now because of the magnitude of things happening. And I'm one person. Josie helps when she can. And Eddie's been out here a lot helping me, and I can't thank him enough. Let me show you around real quick. A month ago, my neighbor Jeff came up and dug a huge deep pit right here for me. As I said, I've got some visitors coming next week, so I'm trying to make this place a little safer. And that pit was like 6 feet, 7 feet deep. I did not want anybody falling off in there. Josie put the blocks and rails up around it. Of course, I can take that down now because I brought in sand yesterday, which was intended to go in that pit anyway. And it's some really good quality sand. The object of the pit, we're going to be pouring, as you know, some really big things later in the year. And we're going to be doing it from this furnace along with another one. We're going to be trenching into the pit, pouring underground. I needed an area to do that in. Now I've got it. All right, my iconic crooked front door is fixing to be gone. We're going to put tin right there and wall that in completely and just do away with the door altogether. And this is the time to do it before all the mudding takes place and the sanding. We've gotten a lot of stuff out that doesn't need to be in here. We are going to be using that upper part of the loft for storage along with this one. So, and yeah, we got a water heater in, got my water cooler, got a sink. Over here is going to be the molding machine, which you see right here along with a muller. It's going to be going in this corner, cluttered with other stuff at the moment. This was one of those last minute things Josie saw, and she really, she wanted them. So we got them. They are very tall French doors, and originally they were individual doors. These were not made as a set. So do you see the problem we have here? One is weathered on this side and has a nice finish this way. This one's got a nice finish this way, and it's weathered over here. So we got to strip those now. Not right now. No. Let me show you the bathroom. We're making a little headway. We actually have a toilet, and guess what? It flushes. So we have a commode with no door. Well, that door. We're making slow and steady progress. And of course, I'm going to put the other equipment in this area. It'll be done differently. We're going to have one nice table that will take the place of that. And this is Eddie's room. This is going to be the office. But about half of Eddie's tools are right here, I believe. I don't know. I've never seen his shop, so I don't know how many tools he's got, but he's got a bunch here. Relocated the fridge here. We're putting that door there. We're putting that door in the bathroom. When you walk in this door, this will be, I've got a lot of cool stuff that I want to, and this mold was from behind the refrigerator. Let me get back on what I was saying. As you walk in the door, this is going to be a display area. It's going to have a wall right here. And then this is going to be a hallway. So we haven't put this wall up yet. That's later. I'm not worried about that right now. For now, this is just going to be one big open room. But I do have a lot of stuff I want to display in here, along with some things that were donated to display by my friend Roger Olson and another buddy of mine over in Meridian. He shared some stuff. So we're not only going to have the stuff that we made here, we're going to have some vintage collector items. This is a old schoolhouse door from down the road. No, I didn't steal it. They gave it to me along with another one somewhere around here. Okay, yeah, it's right there, upside down. So that door is going to go here. The other schoolhouse door is going to go right here. And then we're going to also have another door on the other side of the induction room. Yeah, excuse the mess. This is going to go right here. Anyway, this room will be all climate controlled independently from the climate control in this part of the building. And that's only because of the machines that are going to be going in here. This is the induction cabinet, the generator. I also have some lab equipment that's going to be going in here on this wall that came from another foundry up in Canada. And my rinky-dink drill press is going to be gone. This area is going to be designated strictly for patterns, touching them up, getting them to where we can easily pull them from the mold. This was given to me by Mr. Larry Schweitzer. We have used it quite a bit, and it's 3-phase. So I use this unit, which Mr. Pete gave me several years ago. That's a funny story. About 5 years ago, I was over visiting Mr. Pete, and he said, "Hey, I got something you might want." And he took me around there and he showed me this phase converter. He said, "You want that?" And I said, "Well, as much as I'd like to say, yeah, I can't use it right now and it's just going to take up room." And he said, "Well, don't worry about it." About 2 years later, I just happened to be at his house again, and he said, "Hey, I got something you might be interested in." And I said, "What you want to bet it's that phase converter?" Sure enough, it was. And I said, "You know what, Mr. Pete? I need that." He said, "Well, it's yours." Somehow, we're going to have some steps along that wall go up to the loft. Haven't figured that out yet. I don't know how we're going to get around the breaker box. That was a bad idea to put it there. I've got some stuff that's going to be happening here in this corner too, but I don't know what it is yet. Other than the mudding and getting paint on these walls and getting our central air in, the only thing we are lacking on is getting the blow-in insulation put in. And we're going to go a closed cell insulation, which is going to cost us. And I just don't have it right now. And it's going to be getting hot soon. So I'm hoping this year I'm actually going to be working inside, comfortably making my molds right here and setting them out in the pouring bay. And all this stuff out here is going to look different. We're going to be able to clear this whole floor, and like I said, we're going to be able to pour molds not only in here up and down this rail, but we're also, if I've got a huge mold that's going to be poured in iron, the pit, and you can't see it now, but the pit is actually right up here. When we tap in, we can tilt, we're not tapping. We're going to be tilting the furnace and pouring in on this end if we have any big iron castings that we don't want to fool with on the inside of the building. We can do them right here. So, yeah, I'm happy with what's happening so far. Now, my grind area, I used to have a table that took up this whole building here. And it was more of a collection of junk. And I had just one little area to work and grind on. So I decided I didn't need that then. And I've got everything I need right here on this little stand. This is just a Bauer buffer. And I just put a wire wheel on it. And of course, as you can see, that's perfectly fine. The kilns, I'm not sure where I'm going to put those yet. Still undecided. And if you didn't catch it in the other video, I am going to have a two-pole tower that goes up all the way to the top of the building. That phase converter, once we put new bearings in it, is going to be going up there. And because of the noise and accessibility, I don't have to be at it, right? So it can be up out of our way. Then down below that is going to be this hydraulic power package, which is also going to be mounted on there. And we're going to have plumbing that goes not only to the iron crusher, which we probably won't need anymore once we get that furnace going, but it's also going to have a hydraulic line going this way. And the purpose of that, like I said, this is a deep 6 or 7 foot deep pit of sand. I have a hydraulic grapple. It's a clam shell grapple, and that will be ideal to run along the trolley this way when we need to displace a lot of sand to put a big mold in, like a cannon. We just reach down, and within a minute or two, we got our hole back, and then we put our flask down in there vertically, and then we just take the clam and we dump dirt or sand back over on it, pack it around there. So yeah, now you can kind of see, hopefully, where I'm headed with this. We're going to punch some holes in some castings. I'm going to show you right now. This is this, and I have one more, which is already in there at the lathe. These are what we're working on. And they didn't look like that when I was using them to mold with. I had to put filler in the holes and smooth all that out in order to use the castings. Now that I'm fixing to machine them, I have to make the holes visible, and to make sure that I drill the holes exactly where they're supposed to be, I'm going to be using this face plate. Now we're going to start off drilling this hole on this piece. So on the next casting, we're going to be putting it right, yeah, right here. Yeah, we're going to put it up against these two and bump it on that one. And then from there, we have a let me get that started. Matter of fact, I think it was in this hole. It was. So, yeah. Put it up against there. That finger swings over here. I just tapped the hole for this clamp, so I didn't already have this prepared. All right. Make sure I'm... All right, so I'm going to hold that in place, tighten this up, and it doesn't have to be too tight, but that's not going to allow it to move. Now, to establish where center is, what I had to do was take this center and put in there. Be patient, guys. I'll get there. And I did that right there. So I'm holding the casting in place with the quill on the tailstock. And then from there, I've taken a layout here, here, and here with a center punch that makes up for the difference of the width of each one of those nuts. And then I just tap them and drill them, and now I've got a hole that's pretty close to being in the position that I need it in. Now I've got to drill a hole in 7. This is what takes the longest, is having to set this job up just to drill that hole, because you have to do a lot of layout, a lot of tapping for each operation. The good thing is I've got 7 of these on each one of those patterns. So, you know, Is it worth all the extra time? It is if you want to make sure you keep your hole where it originally was or where it should be. So now I'm going to put my drill in and we're going to go to work on this. Alright, so we're going to butt it up right there. Yeah. I feel some movement. Alright, let's see what we can do. Knock these little holes out and this will hold it. Move, and it didn't. Alright, I'm going to have to put a center in. That's walking too much. Make sure this didn't move. Looks good. I may have to run a center on every one. I think I'm going to have to do that because yeah. Yeah, from here forward, I will use a drill center first, just to spot it. That is a being a dadgummit. Now that's 2 down. Way off. That's the way it's supposed to look right there. I went ahead and went deep enough to go ahead and make a slight 1/8 pilot hole in it. I don't know why this thing is so magnetized. Now on the last one, I got to change my setup, and because I'm using one of these pieces as an angle plate to support this one. Beautiful.
For those who have been asking about the Windy Hill Foundry hats, these are now available on my website, windyhillfoundry.com, under stores, or you can click on the above link. These are on the pricey side, but keep in mind the shipping is included. Have a good day.